mama been doing bad, but I ain't going into that. I done picked that girl up when I caught my first package. I be damn. Me and my people hurting for something for a day. That shit happened, the next man ain't getting nothing. Faded the root of evil, and that's my damn best friend. I put that on my life, ain't nobody gon' fuck with him. You try to jam it, yeah, that ass getting chopped. Trying to serve, ain't got no business on my block, I bet you're getting chopped. Now either way you try to fuck with my pop, don't believe that ass getting chopped. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it G, all by this bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread, all by my bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread, all by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it G, all by this bread. Now bitch, I'm all up by my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all up by my bread, all by my bread. Now bitch, I'm back in the mix. Those flaky niggas better stand down. Came home, got me some yam, I'm the man now. Niggas, some bitches all from my face, I ain't know who he is. Everybody up from my mix like I'm a hero and shit. Fall back, I'll buy a brick. Right now I'm on a mission, I'm giving you 2 for 20. Got grams going for 50. Putting that in my pockets, the nigga you bullshitting. What the fuck you ain't listen? I done told you I got to get it. Nobody depending on me, so it's all mine. I ain't stressing out by myself, that's how it going down. My mama fighting her little addiction, she gon' be alright. Boy, I have a tweaking and begging, I put something up on the pipe. This is no fraction of my life, still all in for a lick. Lurking for fatty, looking for niggas to tone mix. Start to lurking if I'm hurting, different side come out. That flip shit, drop the check on Mr. High, come out. Gonna be, you know how I played it all. That nigga burn it G, all by this bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread, all by my bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread, all by my bread. Now what's this gonna be?
Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay K9s, giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Man, y'all hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. You're gonna be missing interviews like I'm about to give you today. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to drop down in the comments. Big salute to all my brothers and sisters down in the chat right now, rocking with me the way you always rock with me. Don't forget to hit that like button. Big shout out and big salute to all the dog lovers from one side of the world, like I always say, to the other side of the world, from the top of Canada all the way to the bottom of South America. Big salute to all the dog lovers.
Go get her. Go get her. Go get her, Rosie.
I got a special guest for y'all today in the house. You know, I did a lot of interviews throughout my days, man. Over the last couple of years, I did some great interviews with some old school dog brothers. A lot of them, I was really excited about doing them. I was really excited about bringing it to the table for my dog brothers. But today, my brothers and sisters across this world, this interview right here, I gotta be the most excited I ever was. You know, I got a group of fellas here with me today. You know, got a group of fellas here with me today. And I want to introduce, I got Mr. Fatbird Kennels. I got Lamonte Kennels in the house, you know, and we're going to talk to these brothers and learn some things about some pit bulls today. And they're going to ask me some questions and I'm going to ask them some questions and we're going to sit here and politic and talk about these dogs, you know. How y'all brothers doing today, man? How y'all brothers doing? I want y'all to introduce yourself, starting from the brother with the dreads, starting with the big brother with the dreads. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my brother, with your kennel names.
Hello, my name is Alonzo with Lamonte Kennels.
Lamonte Kennels, Lamonte Kennels.
My name is Lamonte. I'm part of Lamonte Kennels.
Big Lamonte, holding it down for Lamonte Kennels. What's going on? What's going on? Let's move it on down. Who we got next? Who we got next?
Say your name.
My name is Davion, and my nickname is Fat Bird.
Fatberg. Oh man, you must be the head of Fatberg Kennels then. You must be Fatberg Kennels. Okay, I got you now, Fatberg. I got Fatberg right there, and I got Lamonte sitting right beside you. Who's next? What's going on, my brother? How you doing today?
My name is Shamir.
You with Fatberg or you with Lamonte Kennels? Or you got your own kennel name?
Fatberg K9s.
Fatberg?
Else.
Mr. Fatberg, I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. How y'all brothers doing today, man? Everybody
Good.
doing all right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, man. Out of all y'all brothers, I can see some well-mannered, well-educated brothers sitting in front of me right here. Now, out of all y'all brothers, which one of y'all run to the dogs without doing y'all homework first? One of y'all come home and skip the homework and you going straight to the dogs.
I did because I didn't want to do homework. It was all boring.
Hey, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. And that's part of Mr. Fatberg Kennel.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Lamonte. No, Lamonte.
Okay. Now, anywhere along this interview, anytime along this interview, if you brothers want to ask me something, man, don't hesitate to ask me. You can ask me anything you want to ask me. You know, sometimes I get to talking and you know, you may want to ask me something, just cut me off, man. Don't worry about being rude or anything. Just cut me off and ask me something if you want to ask me something. Any of you brothers, you know.
Juan.
Now,
First question. How long do you think we should wait before getting puppy shots?
how long should I wait before giving puppy shot? Great question. Great question, bros. Well, I'm going through that situation right now. I wait till my dogs turn 6 weeks old. You know, it's an old saying like this right here. I heard this on TV. You know, they say you can't believe everything you read and everything you hear, but you know, do your own research when it comes to these dogs and stuff. But what I heard was the longer you can wait without giving your dog shots, say if you can wait till they turn 7 and 8 weeks, you have a healthier puppy because they're coming up off the mother's colostrum milk and they're getting the actual milk from the moms and that's building their immune system up, you know. But the average person, you know, me and you, average person, most of the time we do it between 5 to 6 weeks on their first shots. 4 weeks, back in the days, people used to do 4 weeks every now and then, the younger brothers, but that was maybe because they really didn't know, you know, as much then. I would stick to the 5 to 6 weeks, even 7 weeks. It just depends on, you know, your situation where you got your puppies at. Is there the situation where they could possibly get sick? So you maybe need to give them some shots, you know. If let's say, for instance, you've got one puppy, right? Now you got one puppy and you got that one puppy in the house with you. It's a big chance that puppy never be around any kind of viruses or anything in the air to where you need to shoot him up real fast. And he don't got no siblings to where they making it nasty around him. So it's going to be a real clean area. It's going to be one mama dog taking care of the puppy. And, you know, in situation like that, then you can wait a little longer to try to give him your shot. Because from what I hear from the vet and, you know, some of the people that I researched on Google, same thing you're going to do later, do your research. It said the longer you can wait from, say, closer you can get to 8 weeks, then you'll have a naturally healthy puppy, you know, immune system wise.
Okay, well, thank you. That
Mhm.
makes sense.
But but I weren't my puppies. I gave my puppy shots last week. They was 5 weeks old. To answer your question in a short answer, I gave mine shots last week. They was 5 weeks. I got 7 puppies. You know, I started them eating from the mama at 3 weeks because there's so many of them. I wanted to take the load off the mama a little bit. You know, at first she could take care of them, but the older they get, they start getting rough and getting teeth in their mouth, and they biting the mama dog, and she start getting kind of aggravated. So to take the load and to help out a little bit, I start feeding them at 3 weeks old. I start giving them, what we call puppy mush, where you mush all the food up together, the milk, the canned food, or you make it real soft, or however you're gonna make it. I was giving them that for the first when they turned 3 weeks old, and that was just to help them, help the mama a little bit, because they was giving her a hard time.
Okay.
Okay.
I also got a question as well. Is it safe to touch newborn pups?
Oh man, great question, man. Great question. You know why? Because all our life we heard if we touch them dogs, if we touch them puppies, the mama dog gonna leave away from them. She not gonna take care of them again. And that's false. That's totally false, my brother. If you ever paid attention to my videos and seen a dog I had named Anime, every single puppy Anime had, I helped her deliver, except for her last litter. And she didn't do good because I left outside and I had too many things going on. But every single litter she had, man, when she dropped that first puppy, I'm there because in case I got to help them get out the bag and stuff like that. Sometimes they be in the bag a little too long. So I might take my pocket knife out and I barely cut the bag, just enough to cut the bag. You got to be careful because you don't want to cut the puppy. Just cut the bag and then help the puppy get out that little sack. Once you get him out the sack so he can breathe. And, touching the puppies, man, is only way touching the puppies is going to be bad for the mama dog if that mama dog don't know you. If it's a dog that you raise, now I will say this, be careful before you go around dogs with puppies. Always handle a dog with puppies, give them respect. The same respect you would want for one of your classmates in school. You give that mama dog respect with them puppies because, those are her puppies, just like your mama with you or your daddy with you. So, you give her that respect and you're going to know if you can touch them or not. As far as her not taking care of them, she going to always take care of them. You just got to make sure that she not trying to growl at you, and as long as she trusts you, as long as you've been dealing with her already, she not going to worry about you. She going to trust you just like my dogs. My pit bull's mellow yellow. I deliver her puppies the last litter. The dog that I got puppies in here for now, them puppies, when she start having them, I don't even go to sleep. I stay up to the labor over. I stay up in there in case I have to help them. Because I had a puppy one time, the mama dog was laying on him. She didn't see him behind him. She started having so many puppies that she didn't notice she had one laying behind her, and it was still in the sack. So, being that I was there with him, I was able to tear him out the sack and help with the delivery. Excuse me. With the delivery. So it's just the mama dog is never gonna not take care of the puppies because you touched them. You just want to make sure that the mama dog is not showing you any type of aggression when you come next to the puppies, and for the most part that I've seen, that only happens when you get a dog. Let's say if I sell you a dog today and she's pregnant and she have puppies tomorrow or something. Now you may gotta watch her go around her puppies because she don't know you. But one of the dogs y'all raise, for the most part, I'm saying just be careful, respect her always, and give her space. And then as you see, you're gonna see that you could touch them, and she's just gonna probably get up and see where you're trying to take her puppy at and try to follow you around and stuff like that. But you just let her know that you're not gonna hurt her puppy, and believe me, them dogs smart, my brothers. Them dogs smart. They see when you do stuff. When they see you pick that puppy up, and then just say if the puppy might be whining, might be on the other side of the area, might be whining a lot, and you go get that puppy and put it back where she can drink some milk. She see all that stuff. She might can't talk, but she see that you helping, her in that whole situation. So as she building up that trust, whatever trust she don't got with you already, she already trusts you. So now it's gonna be the ultimate trust. Can she trust you with her offspring? And she may be a little jumpy sometimes, but like I said, just give her a little space and give her respect. Just let her know it's all good. Pet her up, rub up, love up, and you won't have no problems with that.
I got another question. What are some signs to know if the female dog is pregnant?
If she gets pregnant, okay,
Yeah, like,
okay, they lose their appetite in about 2 weeks after they get pregnant. After about 2 to 3 weeks after they get pregnant, you may find a loss of appetite where they're not eating that much as they normally would eat a whole bowl. Now they want to eat a quarter of a bowl or something like that for 3 or 4 days, or maybe 4 or 5 days, closer to a week. But then their appetite pick back up. For the most part, you really don't see a whole lot of changes in your dog to after that first month. That first month when you breed them, you know, it drives a dog man crazy because you be like, oh, is my dog pregnant? Oh, is my dog pregnant? Is my dog pregnant? But really you can't tell. And sometimes we can't even tell until it get to the last 3 weeks. You know, we'll see a little small nubs. You'll see your dog, what we call the breast, or, you know, the titties, excuse my French, but the breast, you'll see them where they start swelling a little bit at around about a month. Maybe about a month and a week, they'll start swelling a little bit. And it just depends on the frame of your dog. Some dogs have small frames. Some dogs have big frames. So a dog with a big frame, they might not show the pregnancy. You know how you hear people that say, oh, a woman say, oh, I didn't know I was pregnant till I was 5 or 6 months, you know. So, and that's how it is with dogs. A dog with a bigger frame might, you know, hold a pregnancy in longer to where you can't really tell she's pregnant, but she got 3 or 4 puppies inside of her. Where a dog, a skinnier frame dog, you might can tell she's pregnant after a few weeks, you know, because as soon as something start growing inside of her, she gonna start swelling up. It just depends on the frame of your dog, but for the most part, after about a month, you start seeing a little swelling up under her stomach, you know, and her nipples and stuff will start swelling up. But you won't see the hanging and all that stuff don't happen until right before she about to have them puppies, you know. So you just start getting the swelling of the breast and the swelling of the stomach and start getting big. It'll get bigger in the back side of the stomach. You know, she'll start getting round. And then her appetite gonna pick up and you need to double up on that food. Give her, first thing you want to do, you didn't ask me this, but I thought about it real quick. You need to worm your dog before, you know, just say if she in heat, go ahead and worm her right now. Start worming her right now. So that way when she get pregnant, you don't have to put no more wormer in her. After you breed her, you don't have to put no more wormer in her. And then when she drop the puppies, you worm her. Soon as she drop them puppies, you worm the mama dog. You don't worm the puppies, but you worm the mama dog, you know?
Yeah.
And you can go ahead and worm up for 3 days after she dropped the puppies. But as soon as she go in heat, you go ahead and worm her. That way, if she got any worms in it, you'll get it out of her. And then worm medicine is nothing but poison. You know, basically, making a long story short, it's nothing but a type of poison. So you don't really want to put the worm medicine in your dog after you bred her already, because there's a chance that you got little small newborn babies starting to develop, and you don't want that worm medicine to kill them off. You know, even though most worm medicines is safe for that type of situation, but anything can happen. And just so happen when you breeding the dog that you really want puppies off of, your worm medicine kill your puppies.
Yeah.
You know, so just worm them when you see they in heat. Go ahead and worm them out right there.
Back.
Oh, okay.
Is there any supplements I should be giving my dog while they're pregnant?
Yes, sir. You can check on Amazon or eBay, or any of the Google different websites where you got I know the Vertex is good for pregnant dogs. Your pops might be more familiar with Tom Garner, the RF1 fuel. Tom Garner RF1 fuel is good for pregnant dogs. The Bully Max supplement. My homeboy used that, and his dogs come out. I'm talking about chunky, and not bully chunky, but just healthy looking dogs. Yeah, you can give them supplements. They can still be used. They can still be used far as like raising puppies, like the puppies I got now. I can give the same stuff that I'm telling y'all about to give to the pregnant dog, because it's made for puppies. It's made for pregnant dogs, and it's made for dogs that you want to get in shape. So you can use all that, for the same thing.
Okay.
Now let me ask the oldest brother a question. Okay, Lamonte Kennels, not Lamonte, but Lamonte Kennels. What you say your name was again, brother?
Alonzo.
Lonzo?
Yeah.
Introduce
Like
yourself again.
like Lonzo's like a dog man Lonzo. Okay, I got you. We got a new Lonzo. I can't even ask my question right now, brothers, because they gotta understand this. We got a new Lonzo in the building. Y'all heard of the other Lonzo with the Vindicator stuff and all that stuff from back in the days? No, we got a new Lonzo. And this is the Lonzo that y'all gonna be hearing about. So 5 years down the line, when you hear Lonzo's Tinkerbell or Lonzo's Bull, this the Lonzo they're gonna be talking about. They're not gonna be talking about that brother from 40 years ago. No, we talking about the people that matter. Them brothers that sitting on that couch right there. That's what matter right now. You know what I'm saying? All them people in them pedigrees, none of that stuff matter. Them brothers right there on that couch, that's what matter. Now let me ask you a question, bro. All the stuff that they say about these dogs and bad things. Do you think pit bulls are good with kids?
Yes, I do. I think.
Okay. Appreciate that. Any of y'all brothers got any other breeds that y'all deal with other than pit bulls?
Rottweilers.
Rottweilers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my homeboy deal with them rocks. Them rocks, some nice dogs too now. You know what you're doing with them Rottweilers?
Yes, we do.
We already.
I got a question for y'all real quick, man. I got to loosen y'all boys up real quick, man. I got a question for you. Okay. Your daddy opening up a pit bull business, right? Which one of y'all gonna be the trainer, and which one of y'all is the vet? Which one of y'all got the veterinary personality, and which one of y'all gonna be the trainer?
I said I'm the trainer.
I'll say a trainer. I'm not good with a lot of health stuff. I gotta do more research on that.
Hey, that what you said just now, brother. That is what you said just now is a great answer, because a lot of us think we know a lot of stuff when it comes to that health, and we need to do research, man. Health, when it comes to that health and health with these dogs, viruses come out every other day. You get new viruses every other week when it comes to these dogs. So you never can't read too much and learn too much when it comes to the health of this stuff. Like they got different strains of parvo, different strains of this kind of parasite and that kind of parasite. So read. You can never read too much, when it comes to anything and learning stuff. A lot of people, like they always say, a lot of people try to hide stuff from you by putting it in places where they think you got to read to find it out. You know what I'm saying? And when you read it, you be like, oh man, it's going down like that. That's why my puppy was doing this, or that's why my dog was doing that. So I encourage you, man, all y'all brothers, to read as much as you can read. Use your own, how can I put it? I don't want to say the wrong thing, but use your own judgment when it comes to things. Y'all know right from wrong and what's going to benefit your dog or not. So, do your research, man, and be the what folk like to call nerds and stuff. I tell them boys, nerds is the real gangsters. You know what I'm saying? People that learn and know how to know stuff. I can't help a lot of the boys that know they don't want to learn. I'm trying to deal with a generation of folk who want to learn, man. And at the end of the day, with these dogs, we can't never get enough brothers like y'all brothers sitting on that couch that just want to learn stuff, man, about these dogs and learn it the right way from different brothers. Even when y'all talk to me, you talk to other brothers, call other sisters. Don't just talk to brothers, talk to sisters and learn what kind of information they have when it comes to these dogs, man. Because everybody information can be added to your little notepad and to your book on, to help your program and to help you do your dogs the way you need to get them right.
Right. Well, going back to your question about the pit bulls, are they good around kids? I think it's all about how they're raised.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right, brother. I think it's about how they're raised. I can't see you raising a pit bull with little man in the.
Like this one right here, she real good around kids. She's raised around them.
How old she is?
She's 2 years old, about to turn 3 this year.
That's not Rose, is it?
No, this is Rose.
It's Rose.
Okay. Your dad was showing me some pictures and stuff. Rose a nice joker there. So Rose is Brick Haven, Little Mate's sister.
Yeah.
Little Mate's sister. So that's coming off the Brick stuff. Rose is a good looking dog, and she was raised around kids from birth.
Yeah, she was. And she's well behaved and real good around kids, not aggressive or nothing.
Yeah, you can tell she's real comfortable right now. You can look at her and tell her demeanor, how she's acting in front of the camera. Well, she probably can't see the camera, but the phone or whatever, but she's got a real good demeanor right there.
Yeah.
Now, how I'm gonna ask out Lamonte.
Yeah.
How do you think people should treat their pit bulls to keep them happy?
To keep them happy, like if you're training them, like praise them and stuff. Make sure, like you train them, like get them right. Like just keep praising them, like be with them all the time and stuff.
Yep, you're right. You're right, man. One thing about it, a lot of these stuff that I'm asking y'all, it ain't no right or wrong answer. It's just giving your opinion on things, and just letting the world hear it from Lamonte Kennel's point of view and Mr. Fatbird Kennel's point of view. That's all it's about, man. It's your world. A brother like me, it's I got a few dogs. It's up to brothers like y'all to make a difference. And don't ever let anybody peer pressure y'all to mess y'all good dogs up. You know what I'm saying? And to take y'all out y'all position where y'all at, because y'all are 100 steps ahead of where I was at when I was y'all age. Man, listen here. You just call Rose up to the camera again like you just did.
Come on, Rose.
How old are you, my brother?
I'm 13.
Okay, you 13. When I was 14, I was begging my mama to go buy me a box of pit bull, and I finally got them when I was 14. A box of pit bull, what we call out the field. The pit bull, we don't know the pedigree. It was probably a mixed breed pit bull, but it was a box of pit bull. That's what I was working at 14. Later on down the line, I got other dogs, but what you got right there is a phenomenal, great dog, great bloodline. Like I said, you 100 steps ahead of what I was doing when I was your age. I wish at 13 years old, I had a German Shepherds and stuff like that, and a mixed breed Rottweiler I had when I was probably about 10 and 11 and stuff like that. But I wish I would have had the dog that you holding in your hand at 13 years old, or 14 years old. So y'all brothers are 100 steps ahead of a lot of us brothers, especially the ones that be on these videos. We talk that talk like we had them dogs, but a lot of us ain't had them dogs at the age that we see y'all brothers sitting on that couch right there. It's just too important to the game. I can't stress how important it is to the game for brothers like y'all to put y'all foot down and say enough is enough. The game is gonna be how y'all say it's gonna be. Y'all calling the shots. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody, like I said before, peer pressure you to making you think you got to do something with this dog or do something with that or do something with this. Let me ask you this. Have you been to your first ADBA confirmation show or anything yet?
No.
Do you want to attend any of them type of shows?
Yes.
Hey, that dog that you got there, man, she look like she gonna produce you some good winners. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't see the rest of her body, but I can see her head, and I'm trying to guess what she look like. She gonna. Matter of fact, I seen on the videos that your pop sent me. Good looking dog, man. Good looking dog. Good looking dog. Now, let me.
Also, we just burned her 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got a hopefully a little coming out of there.
Yeah.
We waiting for signs right now.
What bloodline y'all took to her? What kind of blood y'all took to her?
The same
Yes,
blood.
Same bloodline.
Okay.
Her cousin.
Her
her
cousin.
cousin. Yeah.
Daniel.
Okay.
Daniel.
Okay. I got y'all, brothers. I got y'all. Hey, I tell you what though, man. I don't know what y'all feeding them. You know, do you got a favorite kind of dog food that you like to use?
I don't. It's one that is called I don't remember the name.
Hey, my brother. You 13 years old. You can do that. You know what I'm saying? You allowed to do that. If it was one of them brothers, me and your daddy age, I say, man, you don't remember the name of the dog food. But you 13, man. It is what it is. You might not even be buying the dog food. You know, I know how that go. You know, we got parents and stuff like that. We send old daddy out there. Dad, I need some dog food. Dad, I need some worm medicine. Dad, I need some shots. But I tell y'all what, all 5 of y'all brothers sitting on that couch right there. You know, good grades get dogs now. You know, we keep them grades up. We don't tell them we have us a new dog for the summer. You know, have us a new puppy for the summer. Good grades and respect. You know, and you daddy gonna buy us some dogs. You know, well, a lot of brothers, especially I know y'all mess with them dogs, so I know y'all hands on when it comes to stuff. A lot of brothers probably like to just stay in the house and mess with them video games all the time. But with them dogs, man, like I said, just keep good grades, respect your elders, respect the people around you, and go tell your daddy you want you another dog, you know, and he can't do nothing but respect that. Now, let me ask you this. Any of my brothers on the chair, y'all can answer this. What does white gums mean when you see your dog got white gums?
Affection.
You want me to say it again?
Yeah.
When your dog has white gums or pale color gums, light color pink, real pale color look white, what does that mean?
That means that they're good. It means it's clean.
No, okay. This is what we're gonna do, right? You want your dog gums to stay pink, dark pink, reddish pink color. When you see them turning light color white, they're getting dried out. When you see them, I'm talking about literally like the white on your shirt. You know, they start getting white like your shirt. It means they probably got worms, or they probably got some other type of sickness that you need to be, treat them for. So you always want to make sure your dog gums are pink. You know, just make it a habit. Just go to your dogs and just lift up his lip and look at it, and make sure they pink. You know, because when they white, you might be trying to exercise your dog, but if his gums white, he can't exercise for you. You know, he may have worms, he may have heartworms, he may have, like I said, it's a number of viruses he could have to have his gums white. So you always want to keep your dog gums pink. Long as they pink, you know you're pretty much good.
Okay.
I also got a question. Will you prefer manually brushing your teeth, your dog's teeth, or using the bones, like the dental bones?
That's a good question. Me myself personally, I seen a bunch of cool little gadgets you can use to brush their teeth with online and stuff like that, but I probably would get a bone or something, and the little freshener things you can buy, them little freshener things that they supposed to be able to chew on to clean their teeth. That's probably the route I'm gonna go. But you know, some people, when it comes to these dogs and the things that we buy for them and get for them, some people, will get the actual thing to brush their teeth with. But me myself, I'm just gonna go get a bone, one of them freshener bone type things from the tractor store, let them chew it. And that should keep his teeth pretty clean. And that's what they say when your dog eats stuff like chicken bones and stuff like that, not cooked bones. I'm quite sure y'all may know this already, but cooked chicken is not good for your dog. Cooked chicken meat is good for your dog, but cooked chicken bones is not good for your dog. Your dog can eat all the raw chicken bones he want to eat, but you don't want him to eat the chicken bone if it's cooked. Just take the meat off the bone and give him the meat without the bone on it. because the chicken bone, if it's cooked already, it'll splinter in the stomach, and it like little wood splinters or something. So you always want to give them either raw chicken bone or take the meat off the bones. But yeah, man, me myself, I'm probably not gonna brush his teeth with the brush. I'm probably gonna use one of them fresheners or something like that to get them clean.
Okay. Oh, I also got another question.
Yes,
What's
sir.
a
Yes, sir.
boy your dog doing while it's pregnant?
Did you say what some things to avoid doing while your dog is pregnant?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first off, you don't want to get her in too much exciting activity. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Say Mellow Yellow. I take her out and I do a lot of running with her. But now, and I know she's a real active dog on the chain. Now, I have lost litters of puppies just by leaving the dog on the chain and letting her just be herself. Every time she see a cat, she running. Every time she see a car, she running at it. So that dog, what I did with that dog when she got pregnant, I take it, I put it in a kennel crate. And every time it's time to use the bathroom, I had to take her out. But I had her in that kennel crate her whole pregnancy just to keep her calm, just to keep her relaxed, because she was just doing too much running. But for the most part, you just want to lighten up on your exercise that you're doing. Things that you want to avoid. You want to avoid the heat. You don't want to get too hot. Walking out there in the sun, down south, I'm not sure. You just don't want to get too hot. Always keep you some water. Don't let her get too dried out. Don't let her get dehydrated.
Yeah.
Far as avoiding things to avoid when she gets pregnant. Let me see. I would avoid eating anything crazy outside of the things that you feeding them, because worms don't come from eating raw stuff or eating this or eating that. Worms come from the flies that fly on all this stuff while it's sitting out there in the sun or sitting out there wherever it's sitting at. These flies flying on this stuff, and these flies put worms on certain things. So you want to make sure your dog you don't want to be worming your dog out, and then you turn around letting her eat anything off the ground to where the worms are coming right back in her. So you want to watch, what she's eating. Make sure that what I call control movement on her food bowl. Anything that go in her stomach, it's going to go to them puppies as well. So you want to make sure everything that go in her stomach is going to help them puppies. Anything that she eat is going to be beneficial and it's going to be good for the puppies to help them get bigger. So that's one thing you want to make sure you avoid anything that can be toxic to her. Chocolate, dark chocolate will kill your dog. So you just avoid things that, like you said, do your research. Do your research on the things that's harmful for dogs as far as what they're eating. Keep them out that heat. Shorten your walk times up. If you used to walk a mile with your dog, now you're gonna be walking a quarter mile. Y'all hear me good?
How's that?
Yeah.
I heard a little echo, but it wasn't like it was the first time. Okay, now if you can hear me now, everything is good right now.
Okay.
All right, now let me ask you this, man. Do you got a favorite dog movie? Do any of y'all brothers got favorite dog movies? You can start from Lonzo. You got a favorite dog movie, Lonzo?
I'll say Old Yellow.
Man, you don't know nothing about no Old Yellow.
I know about Old Yellow.
Man, how old you is? You probably don't even like the graphics of that movie. You probably Hey, that's a good movie now. What about you, Lamonte?
I'll say 101 Dalmatian, because all the pups and stuff.
Okay. What's your favorite dog movie, little man?
What's your favorite dog movie?
He said he don't know. You got one, brother? He don't got one?
No.
My favorite dog movie is Togo. It's a more newer movie than the Old Yellow. My man 14. He said he like him some Old Yellow. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Check Cujo out. Cujo, where the red fern grows. Them good dog movies for the old school. The Doberman gang. That's an old school. That's before I was born. That's one from the 70s. But if you like Doberman pictures, you might like it. They were robbing banks and stuff like that. Had the Dobermans robbing the banks, and they was training them to do that. So you might like that one. But yeah, man. Do any of y'all are any of y'all brothers interested in learning how to train dogs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to train dogs for stuff.
It's not as hard as it looks, man. The hard part about it is staying dedicated to it. Just staying focused. Just like you said earlier, give dogs praises, rewards, and treats. They can't talk. We all know dogs can't talk, but when you give them praises, rewards, and treats, you can see that they understand you, and you can teach that dog a whole bunch of things. Right now you may not have trained roles to do any kind of training things, but being that you raise her, she know when you get mad, she know when you happy. She can look at your facial expression right now and tell, Lamonte mad right now. Oh, Lonzo, don't mess with Lonzo right now. He mad. Or they can tell because you raised them, and them dogs smart. And that's all part of training, man. Just becoming one with the dog. And like you said just now, just treating the dog good, man, and take patience and repeat things, repetition, repeat it. You can train them to sit. Some dogs learn to sit in one day. Some dogs, it take 3 or 4 weeks to learn how to sit, but you can't get discouraged. You can't say, oh man, it's not working. You just got to stay on it. And I promise you, when you get that first command and you teach that dog that first command, you're going to be like, Dad, oh, come look, I got it. You're going to be showing off. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be calling mama and trying to act up. You know what I'm saying? Because you got them sitting and staying and downing and stuff. It feels good when you teach them that stuff, man. And never listen to anybody when they tell you pit bulls can't learn, or pit bulls are dumb, or pit bulls don't need to be trained, or this or that. Them dogs are just as smart as my German Shepherds, your Rottweilers, any of them dogs, any of them dogs. And brother, you got the Rottweilers, those dogs are super smart, super smart. With your pit bulls, when it comes to training, they get a little what we call their attention span is not as long. Where you might train your Rottweiler and he might be looking in your face for 30 seconds. Your pit bull might look in your face for 10 seconds and then walk off, But then that's all part of you trying to keep that dog attention. The dog don't want to leave your area. The dog she only want to do what you telling her to do, and all that comes with time, man. It comes with time. And, from what I see right now, y'all brothers are way ahead of the game. Hey, it looks good for you in the future, man. It looks good for you in the future. And for the dog game, like I was saying one time, man, this dog game may be kind of going off the rocking chair, maybe kind of going off the tracks. But when you talk to brothers like y'all, man, the dog game may be in good hands. When I talk to brothers like y'all and see, like little man right there said he don't got no favorite dog movie, but he ready and he waiting his turn to get that leash, to get on the yard, to do the things like Big Lonzo doing, and when you got dog men like that and they want to learn the right way, that's all you got to tell any brother that you go holler at. You tell him, man, I want to learn the right way. Don't teach me all that other stuff. Teach me the right way. And if he real with you, he gonna teach you the right way. That's just all it is to it, man. When it comes to that, I want to honor y'all brothers again. We're not going yet or nothing, but I want to honor y'all again, man, because it's the coolest thing ever. For me right now. I interviewed a lot of people who a lot of people look up to, but to me, this is my best interview right now. And I don't care how many views it get. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it get 50 views. To me, this is my best interview. And hey, it just is what it is, my brothers. It is what it is. Now, let me ask you this. Lonzo, can you remember your first dog? And what color was it? What the name was, and what color was he or she? Your first dog you ever had, or you can remember that you had?
My first dog that I ever had was a white pit bull named Seth. Yeah.
Male dog, you said?
Yeah, it was a male. I had him when I was like probably like 5.
What happened to it?
I would have to sell him.
Okay. You remember your first pit bull, Monte?
My first dog was actually Rose.
Okay. Hey, that ain't a bad way to start out. That ain't a bad way to start out, my brother. That's why I tell you, man, you 100 steps ahead of where I was looking. Man,
Yeah.
a full-blooded pit bull like Rose, when I was your age, I was seeing the only place I got that pit bull from was the encyclopedia. I had to look at the encyclopedia. You know, it was my favorite encyclopedia. And, you know, I love that book because I go straight to the section that had the D's, and I go look in the dogs, and I see all the breeds in there. And I go, they didn't have a pit bull, but they had a Staffordshire in there. They had a Staffordshire, and they had the bulldogs, you know, with the pushed-in faces. And I used to love looking at them books, man. But that's close as I can get to a pit bull at the age that you is. That's why I said, man, don't worry about nothing that y'all don't know in health right now. Don't worry about nothing that you don't know in none of that stuff. You got plenty of time. You know, just take your time, learn it. Trial and error, like we always say, try different things, see if this works, see if that works, you know, and always do what's best for your dog. Don't never put your dog in a situation where he not going to benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, if it's some type of operation that you may need, make sure that your dog gonna benefit from it. You know, if it's a medicine, make sure he gonna benefit from it. Don't put nothing in his body or her body that they're not gonna benefit from. You know, now let me ask you this: do y'all brothers read pedigrees?
Pedigrees? No.
That's a good thing, man. I'm gonna tell you why that's a good thing. Don't even get caught up on the pedigrees. You know, I know Rose got a pedigree, just like Mellow Yellow got a pedigree, and JD Hog and the rest of them got pedigrees. But guess what? We make brothers buy dogs on Rose. Don't worry about Rose granddaddy, grandmama, and all that. You know, Rose is the dog that, you know, we want to focus on. You know, and it's like I said, it's great that you don't focus on pedigrees, man, because pedigrees kind of, it's good to know about pedigrees. It's good to know them. It's good to know them. So nobody else can't trick you on certain things. You know, folks start talking what we call talking fast and start talking real fast and talking them pedigree. Oh, this off this and this off that and this off this off that, you know, and they'll try to confuse you. You know, so it's good to learn the pedigrees just to know them, but don't worry about them, man. Don't worry about them. You got a great dog right there in front of you. And right now you don't got to know nothing about no pedigrees, but you know that dog that you got your hands on great, you know, and that pedigree don't make that dog great. You know, it's the dog itself. It's the dog itself. Now, go ahead, brother.
I also got a question. What will happen if you rub the female dogs? Like, will it stop reproducing milk or something?
You broke up in the middle of your sentence. You say, what happened if I rub and then you broke up on me?
What happened if you rub the female dog's stomach while she's pregnant?
Hey, she gonna roll over and let you rub her. She like that. That's a massaging. When your dog get pregnant and you know she ain't had a puppies yet, especially when she start getting real big, you know, take her out for a little walk, bring her back in, massage her a little bit, massage her legs, rub her stomach. I've heard people say when you rub their stomach, sometimes it'll make milk come in, but it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt the dog or nothing like that. Don't put no pressure on it. Don't rub it like hard and hit on her stomach hard or nothing. But just you can lay her down and rub her stomach and rub the bottom of her stomach, and she just gonna lay there and let you rub her. You know, the closer she get to having her puppies, the more she gonna lay down and just let you rub her because she ain't gonna feel like moving, and she know you're not gonna be hurting her. She like, oh, this don't hurt. This feel good. And most likely the puppy's gonna be rolling around on the inside of her stomach, moving and kicking and stuff like that. So she gonna want you to rub her a little bit. So it'll never hurt to rub your dog when they pregnant. You know, it just let her know that you there with her. Let her know that you there with her and you got her back. That's all that's doing.
Yeah.
Now let me ask let me ask all y'all brothers this right here, right? Okay, I'm training my dogs, right? I know you got Lamonte Kennels and you got Mr. Fatbird Kennels. Okay, now I'm training my dogs. I need a super smart puppy. Who I go to? Lamonte or Mr. Fat Bird? I need me a super smart puppy. I got who I go to?
Little Monte.
Okay. Now, one thing I will say this though, man. You know, it's rare that I find young brothers with their own separate kennels like y'all. But at the end of the day, you know, it's great. It's a great and a beautiful thing to see y'all got y'all own kennels like that. But you still, even though y'all separate kennels, you always look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? Never cut each other's throat. You know, always, you know, just like y'all one kennel. Just like y'all one, but still we all know we got our own kennel. You know what I'm saying? Because brothers are trying to use the same thing I just did just now. I'm talking to you on an interview, but brothers are trying to get out there in the streets and get out there in the world and try to play y'all against each other. You know, oh, Mr. Fatburger giving me this for this price, Lamonte, man. I'm going to holler at Fatburger. I'm going to holler at Fatbird, man. I'm going to holler at Fatbird, Mr. Fatbird. I'm going to holler at him, man. He got cheaper puppies. Try to use y'all against each other. So always be smarter than that. Stay 10 steps ahead of the game. You know what I'm saying? Always stay united. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have all 5 of y'all brothers or 4 of y'all brothers right there, even if y'all have 4 different kennels, you know, still always be, you know, united and never let nobody separate y'all from what y'all doing, man. You know, never let nobody separate y'all from what y'all doing. Now, y'all got that Dexter stuff too, huh?
You said what?
Them Dexter dogs, that Dexter stuff.
Oh, Mr. Fatbird, they got those.
How you like them dogs? All right, now you got to talk over there. Now you got to talk. You being quiet over there on me. Come on now, come with it.
How you feel about it?
How you feel about that?
Just like him.
Hey, that's a good enough answer for me. That's a good enough answer for me, my man. That's a good enough answer for me. Because I like them. A lot of people ask me why I got the dogs I got. And that's all I can say sometimes. Because I like them. Hey, because I like that. That's an honest answer, man. That's an honest answer. You know, now let me ask y'all brothers this. What's the hardest part about being a young dog man?
I'll just say balancing, like taking care of all the dogs and then doing school at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine that, man. I can imagine that. Because when I was in school, in my late part, like maybe when I got like an 11th grade, I got a Kobe dog. You know, that's when I got like 16, maybe 17, close to that area. I got a Kobe dog, and I started getting the other bloodlines then. But, you know, I can imagine it is a task to concentrate on your schoolwork and, you know, the dog situation that you got going on with your dogs and stuff, and trying to take care of your dogs and making sure all the dogs are fed and watered properly and doing all your schoolwork, and the weeks that you got to go to the games and you can't, you know, that Friday that the game on, you can't be out there in the yard like you want to be out there. And, you know, I know it's a hard task, you know, but hey, like I said, man, y'all boys 10 steps ahead of everybody. So, you know, keep doing what y'all doing, and, you know, everything will get easier as it go along, man. Everything will get easier. By the time you get 18, 19, you be like, you know, some of us brothers that's 40, you know, you have that type of knowledge. Because when I was 19, it was no internet. It was none of this stuff that y'all brothers got now to get y'all knowledge and learn these dogs and things from. We had to just read books and just talk to somebody on a regular phone, not a cell phone, but a regular phone. You know, y'all might not know what a regular phone is, but a regular phone. And, you know, that was it. But now y'all got so many options, man. And, you know, it's just a world where y'all can grow and learn so many different things when it comes to these dogs, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now, do y'all look at a lot of magazines and stuff, like the ADBA magazines?
I look at them once in a while.
You got any dogs that you seen in there that just caught your eye that you just like? Is one particular dog that you just seen that you just remember that you seen in that book?
Yeah, it was some. I don't remember the names, but it's like good looking dogs I've seen.
Yeah, they got some good looking dogs in there. That's where you want to be at, man. Once you start competing in them shows, once you start taking your dog in them shows, they're gonna start taking pictures of you out there. And you might be on the cover. You might, you know, ain't no telling where you'll be at in them magazines, but that comes from, you know, attending them shows and getting in the weight pool. You know, you don't got to necessarily be in a confirmation show. The confirmation, when we say confirmation, you know, we mean there's a show where they just come and look at how your dog body look. You know, they're not worried about nothing besides what your dog body look like and his teeth and stuff like that. And then you got your shows where you do your treadmill racing. Then you got your shows where you do your weight pull. So, you know, you got different avenues you can hit, and then you can just do dog training in general. You know, just train dogs in general. Obedience training. Then you know, learn how to do your protection training and all that stuff. And man, at age y'all is now, you know, you research, you Google it, you ask Google how to teach this dog how to do this protection type work. You ask Google how to do this and how to do that, same way everybody else in the world doing it. You know, and you learn it, man. You learn it. It's not hard to just take time, patience. Patience is the most key thing. Don't get discouraged. You know, don't get discouraged on nothing you're doing with the dogs. Because sometimes it'll be like, oh man, I don't want them. And then you be ready to get rid of them. You know, somebody made you mad and now you're trying to take it out on the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nothing get you discouraged, man. Because like I said, y'all brothers are so far ahead of a lot of brothers, you know, and, you know, it's just a good thing when you got young brothers talking the right things in this dog game in modern day times. You know, did you know anything about, you may have known this. Did you know if your dog eat a flea that can give him tapeworms? You know, like, you know, we see the fleas on the dog and stuff. If he just turn around and bite in his back and just so happen one of them fleas go in his mouth and it lives while he's swallowing it, it can turn to a tapeworm in his stomach. So when we worm our dogs, and if they fill with fleas, there's no use to worm them if they still got fleas, because, you know, 9 times out of 10, he gonna still have some worms in them. So we kind of want to take them fleas, make sure he ain't got no fleas, you know, while we worming them. You know, and I'm quite sure y'all probably already knew that. You know, I want to mention this. You was asking me about the puppies wise. Now I'm gonna tell you, to me, it's a good thing to always, when you get new puppies and young dogs, feed the dogs from your hands, play with their bowls sometime. You know, because especially with these pit bulls, they'll start fighting over food. You don't want a dog to fight over food. We like to look at our puppies and look, oh, look, he mean. He attacking the other one over food. You don't want that. You know what you want to do is you want to stick your hand in that bowl and feed that puppy. You want that dog, when he turns to be a grown dog, that you in your heart feel confident enough to stick your hand by that bowl, because you know that Rose is not gonna bite you. You know, and the whole point of that is you don't want one of your little young cousins or young friends to be walking by Rose one day and not paying attention, and Rose eating and Rose grabbing. You know. You want to stop all aggression when it comes to dog food. You don't want to have a dog showing you no kind of aggression when it comes to their food, you know, because when they got to show you aggression when it comes to their food, they will attack somebody or something when it comes to their food. It may not be the day, you know, but it's gonna be one or two times that it will attack somebody because of food. And what I like to do is just, as they growing up 2, 3, 4 months old, I just go stick my hand in the bowl and let them eat out my hand a little bit sometime. You know, let them eat out your hand. Even if they don't eat it out your hand, just take the food and play with it while they eating it out the bowl, so they know you ain't, you know, you don't never want to hear no growling when it comes to food. You don't want a food aggressive dog. That's a no-no. One of your little cousins go bouncing across there and fall across, just missing, trip and fall by the dog. And it just so happens the dog eating and they missing, fell. Just an accident, they fell towards the dog and now they got too close and she attacks, you know, but that's only what she been doing from a young puppy. So she don't know no better, you know? So always try to let your dog know that, she's safe when she's eating. Her food is safe. No matter, like the same thing about her puppies. You can touch her puppies. If she felt like her puppies weren't safe around you, believe me, Rose wouldn't let you touch them. You know, she only gonna let you touch them puppies because she trusts you. You know, and that's the same thing you want with the food. You want to be able to, while she eating, you walk right beside her and stick your hand in that bowl and pick up. I wouldn't advise you to do it now if you never did it. You know, but I'm just talking about from a puppy standpoint to start raising puppies up to grown dogs. You know, mess with their food, man, because you don't want that dog, that food aggression in a dog. You know, you don't want that food aggression in the dog. But any more questions y'all brothers got for me out there, man?
Yeah, I got a question. When is a good time to separate the puppies from the mom?
Great question, my brother. You know, I just separated mine at 5 weeks old. And that's because of two reasons. One, you know, I was feeding them the dog food since 3 weeks, so they had already been on dog food for 2 weeks now. Okay, but one reason I separated because every time they seen the mama dog, they ran from their food bowl. You know, I had the mama dog on the other side of the room. I had her hid a little bit in the cage, and every time them puppies see the mama dog, they don't want to eat from the bowl. They want to eat from the mama dog. You know, so then when I let the mama dog in there, she can't take all of them because they getting teeth and they biting her, and then she start growling and pushing them out the way. So I started at 3 weeks. They was on hard food by the time they was 4 weeks, you know, a little harder food. They 5 weeks old. I think as long as the mama dog still going around the puppies, as long as she letting them feed, I let them feed off of them till she push them away. You know, if she let them feed till they 6, 7 weeks old, I let them, you know, still drink. But here's the kicker. This whole time you worming these puppies. So they still drinking the mama's milk. You got to keep that in mind. While you worming them, you working backwards on yourself because you got to make sure that mama is all the way wormed out, because every time they drink from that milk, if she got any worms, you done worm the puppies, but now they go drink back from the milk, so they get worms all over again. They're getting healthy now. They're getting thick, and you know it's helping their system, but they get worms over again. So you just got to make sure you ain't fighting against your own self. The mama dog, if she not pushing them away, don't push her away. Let her stay with them. Let her feed the puppies. You know, she'll push them away when it's time for her to push them away. You know, just a second, brother. Just a second, real quick. Let me get this puppy straight real quick.
You got your pedigrees for Daniel and Rose?
Yeah. Don't you know, I guess somewhere different. I'm gonna say like this too. Different dogs, and you're gonna learn this being that y'all brothers is young. That's why I say y'all 10 steps ahead of the game. Different dogs is gonna request different time frames of when you take them puppies from them dogs. We got dogs that, especially when you're dealing with pit bulls, tightly bred pit bulls and stuff like that. We had dogs that all we could rely on them to do is have the puppies. Once she have the puppies, we have to take her away from the puppies and bring her out just to feed the puppies. You know, because they act crazy around the puppies and stuff. So that's them kind of females. Them kind of females, you got to take them away from them early. What you got to do is get the dog on dog food as soon as you can, as soon as possible. Get them on dog food, because the mama dog is, you know, she not taking care of them the way she's supposed to be. Now, when you got a mama dog who just what we call a great mother dog, she's a great mother dog. You can leave her on as long as you want to, but just know that as long as they drinking that milk, you got to make sure that mama dog wormed out. Because you're just gonna be going against yourself. The more you worm them, and they just drinking wormy milk, even though the milk helping them, but it's wormy milk. So you just gotta make sure you worm that mama dog out. Long as they still drinking on that mama. And I wouldn't push them away, man, because I try to keep my dogs on them. This litter right here I just had, I try to keep the puppies on the litter on the mama dog as long as I could. And they actually sucked on milk after they was 5 weeks old. I just took her outside and actually put her on the chain. She haven't been on the chain a full week yet. And then they turned 6 weeks old yesterday. She haven't been on the chain a full week, you know. And I mean, like I said, man, you got some mama dogs that the puppies can't eat out the same bowl that the mama dog eat out of. So, you know, it's just different dogs. You got to really pay attention to the mama dogs. Like this mama dog that I'm talking about now, The puppies will come, she eat out the puppy's bowl, the puppies will eat out her bowl. She don't growl, don't do none of that type of stuff, you know. And then that goes back to what I was telling you about making food aggressive dogs. You know, long as your dog ain't food aggressive, you don't have to worry about that. All the puppies will come eat out the same bowl the mama dog eating out of. That's how I was doing it. I was letting the mama dog come. I'll feed the puppies some food, right? I let them eat their food, and then I let the mama dog come and they'll jump on the mama dog. And then the mama dog will come eat all their food that they didn't want. The food that they didn't eat, the mama dog come over there and eat it, and some of them go back and help the mama dog finish the food. And but for the most part, I just if the mama dog not trying to growl at them and bite them and all that type of stuff, then leave them on them, man. Let them stay on them as long as you can. Cause they say that milk, that question right there, and the question that you asked me at the beginning of the show go hand in hand. Giving your dog the first shots. If you leave your dog on the mama dog, the longer you leave him on the mama dog, the longer you can go without getting shots. You know, now you don't want to sell nobody no dog without no shots or nothing. You know, once you start doing all that stuff, you got to have your shots, you know. But I'm talking about far as before you actually give them their first shots. The longer that dog stay on that mama dog, you know, the longer you can go without giving them the first shot. So if they still sucking milk and you haven't even started them on dog food yet, and they 4 weeks old going on 5 weeks, you know, they're going to still be on the mama. So if it's a good mama dog, man, you can let it rock out and take long as you want to take, and she'll let you know when it's time to get them puppies from around me. You know, and the thing about it, let me say this real quick before I finish. The thing about it, what comes into play as well, how many puppies she got. If she got one puppy, you're gonna never have to take the puppy from her, you know, until it's time for that puppy to go out in this cage or whatever. But if you got 10 puppies, you probably gonna have to start feeding them kind of early, because the bigger they get, the more. I had 10, 11 puppies, brothers, that once they went and jumped on a mama dog to drink milk from them, and she can't even stand up no more. Because once they get like 4 weeks old, they start getting that size, they get kind of strong. Now you got 10 little puppies running all over you, and they just sucking milk from each little direction. You know, they'll pull you down, and they was just getting too strong for the mama dog. So when you start seeing stuff like that, you got to help the mama dog out. You know, take some of that work off of her, take some of the workload off of her. You know, that's all that means.
Right, and how long do you think you should wait for starting exercise for the puppy?
Oh man, where y'all boys getting these questions from, man? These some great questions. Okay, cause see, I got me myself, you know, it just depends on what kind of exercise you talking about. Running and stuff. I mean, I'm gonna exercise these puppies I got now. I'm gonna take them to the field and let them run around and get exercise as soon as I can. You know, I'm a believer in exercising these dogs. You know, you always want to exercise, it's gonna help them grow. But if you're talking about far as weight pulling or real strong exercises, a lot of people say having a dog pull too many weights and stuff like that at an early age will stunt their growth. You know, some brothers wait a little bit before they put dogs on treadmills when they're really young. They let them see how to run on a treadmill, let them see how to push the boards and stuff, but they don't actually let them work every day, because it's what they call the growth plate still open, you know. And once you start working certain muscles on a dog, they'll close the growth plates, you know. And you don't want your growth plates to close at 6 or 7 months old, and then you're gonna have a little short, stubby dog, you know. So you just want your dog to steady grow, and live like a puppy, you know, live like a puppy. And you'll see him grow, and he'll be young, he'll be getting big, you know. And that's all. Just don't put too much pressure on him at a young age, you know, at too young of an age.
So is there any age you recommend we start around?
Yeah, let's see. I recommend starting as soon as you get a chance to. If you got a new puppy that you got out, I recommend starting, you know, far as exercising and being out with you, so the dog won't be scary acting. You know, take the dog out, let them do different things and exercise them. But far as you know, your weight pulling and your actual trying to get a dog ripped and muscular, I would wait till the dog get a little older. Even in your shows and stuff, when you bring puppies and stuff to the dog show, they want to see the puppy in the puppy form. Hold on for a minute, brother. Let me get these puppies. Yeah, these little jokers starting to run around and stuff now. But yeah, man. What was we talking about before I went messing with them puppies? You was asking me something about the
How long should you wait for weight pull?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll wait till the dog, man. If I'm gonna do weight pulls and stuff like that, I'm gonna wait till the dog get a little bit older. If I'm gonna start having them pulling weights and stuff, I won't do it at 6 months old. Just let the dog grow a little bit. You can buy supplements like we was talking about earlier, the Vertex, the RF1 Fuel, the Bully Max. That'll help your dog get muscles and stuff, and it'll make them look big, make them look muscular wise. Far as I wouldn't do too much heavy pulling at a young age. Wait till he at least cross a year old. And your dog may still keep growing until he's 2 and 3 years old. Some dogs don't mature until they get close to 3. I seen dogs where they still acting puppyish, and they don't really get their adult attitude until they get 2.5, 3 years old. Even with my Malinois, I seen a difference in his attitude when he turned like 3 years old, 4 going on 3.5 years old. I can really see a change in his attitude, So it's just different, man. As far as the maturity, you just want to let your dog mature and let him grow, let his muscles grow. It's almost like you take a little man that's on a chair right there, sit beside you, Lamonte, and you take him and you put him in the weight room right now, and you start giving him all kind of vitamins, and you got him pulling weights. He probably not right now at the age that he is. If he get in there, I'm talking about look like one of them little bodybuilder type dudes. He probably not gonna be too tall. He gonna be a short fella because he just used the muscles that he wasn't supposed to use at an age that he wasn't supposed to use them at. Wait till you get in high school till you can play JV and B squad and all that stuff. Now your muscles starting to develop a little bit. You can go in the weight room. They ain't telling them young guys playing rec league with the 10-year-olds and the 9-year-olds and them brothers playing flag. They ain't got them going in the weight room because they need their body to develop first. Let your body grow, then you start pulling them weights and getting stronger and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Rose.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all brothers coming up with me today, man. And like I said, as always, I wish y'all the best of luck in y'all endeavors when it comes to these dogs. If you ever need anything from me, you can call me anytime. Anytime. Now your daddy can't call me anytime, but y'all can call me any time of the day, any time of the night. If you got a dog question or something about them dogs or something, man, something might be on your mind. You might not want to forget it. Tell your daddy to call me up or something, man, and hit me up, man. Y'all brothers, and I'm just joking about your pops. You know what I'm saying? He can call me anytime too. Like I said, man, I'm honored to interview y'all brothers. I hope this ain't the last interview y'all do. Maybe when y'all get 18, 19, 20, the social media stuff will still be out here. But like I said, they gonna know Lonzo and they gonna know Mr. Fatbird Kennels and they gonna know Lamonte Kennels. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a different era, man. This is a different era. Let me see if I got any more questions for y'all brothers right here. Just practice when it come to training and stuff, man. Just practice, man. And you'll be no matter what it is, you'll be the best at what you're doing, man. That's all it is. No matter if you're playing basketball, video games, football, practice. And it makes perfect, man. You start practicing so much to where it just come easy to you now. You just walk in the backyard and you make them dogs do things that nobody else can because it's coming easy. You practice. That's all it takes, man, is practice. And like I say, stay patient and don't get discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that stuff make you feel like, that you can't do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Pelican Bay.
Yes, sir.
Can you give them an example of the difference in traits between the Eli dogs from Mr. Fatbird Kennels and the Red Boy Barracuda Destroyer stuff from Lamonte Kennels, and what the possibilities of blending those dogs together and the traits that they may bring to the table?
Yes, sir. Just a second, man. Just a second. I'm checking these puppies real quick. Just a second. Now, Mr. Fatbird got the Eli stuff.
Oh, Mr. Fatbird, yep, he got that Champion Dexter.
Oh.
Whole lot of Champion Dexter, heavy El Negro, with a little bit of NASCAR wild side.
Now I had some dealings with the Dexter dog and Dexter stuff, and I had some of the stuff from Wildside back in the days. For pretty much, I think them dogs you're gonna have some energetic dogs with them Dexter dogs. Big teeth. They're gonna give you some pretty big teeth. They bred pretty good. One thing Tom Garner, he kind of did he did his line breeding pretty good. You know, he did his line breeding pretty good if you like that Eli stuff. And what was the other line you said that Lamonte had? Was it Mayday? It was the Mayday dogs?
Barracuda Destroyer.
Okay. The Barracuda and the Destroyer stuff. What was that coming down off of? Was that more Red Boy Jocko stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, crossing that Red Boy Jocko with that Eli, get you a great dog every time. Most of the time, you know, you get your workhorses. A lot of workhorse dogs, dogs that like to work real hard when you breed it. Some of that Red Boy Jocko stuff, you know. You just gotta pay attention to your litters and kind of do what they call selective breeding. When you see you got these puppies right here, they like to do this. You know, if you trying to keep breeding certain things, you gotta keep certain puppies that you're looking for. They possess the traits that you're looking for. You know, just a second, brother. Just a second, man. Just a second. These puppies starting to crank up right here. I don't like them in the background. Hold on.
Actually, if we could do it.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back, bro.
Jameer wanted to talk to you for a minute.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mr. from Mr. Fatbird's Kennel. This is Mr.
Okay.
Like we have her name is Black Beauty. She jumps like so high, like this height right here. And Sandman, he jumps like this high right here. Sometimes he hits the wall outside when he's on the chain. And he wants like
he likes how those Eli dogs jump.
Okay. Now them Eli dogs can jump pretty high. Sandman and both of them Eli dogs.
Yeah.
Yep. They have brother and sister.
Okay. Now our next interview, we got to get Mr. over there talking. Mr. over there trying to be quiet, acting like he's shy. Mr. over there acting like he's shy.
Right. Right. Tell me what else you like about the dogs.
me.
Yeah, go ahead.
She like them.
I like them like 10 because they some of them jump very high and some of them don't.
Yep. Hey, I tell you what, them Eli dogs, they real athletic, man. They real athletic. They jump high, they run fast, they real strong. They like to pull on ropes and stuff. They real working dogs, you know, real working dogs. You know, they might jump a little higher than the Red Boy Jocko dogs, the Eli dogs. Your Eli dogs might be a little more active than your Red Boy Jocko stuff. Your Red Boy Jocko dogs are more calmer acting dogs. Most of the time, they're more calmer acting than your Eli dogs. The Eli dogs, the ones that's gonna be running on the chain all day long, back and forth, barking.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yes, sir. Any more questions y'all brothers got for me?
No, sir.
Cause these little puppies, man, they ain't gonna let me. I ain't gonna be free for about another week and a half, 2 weeks. You know, they ain't gonna let me do the rest of my interview if I needed to keep going on. You know, but I didn't have too many more questions for y'all brothers. Y'all answered all my questions I had for you. You know, that's why I was asking you, do you have any more questions for me? And anytime you want to, you know, if you want to get up here and talk, or you just want to call me, you know, on a regular phone call, anytime y'all brothers can call me, man. If you want to do another show, you're welcome to do another show. If you got something you want to talk about on the show, you're welcome to do it, my brothers. You know, it's the first, y'all brothers, the first PG-13 show I did, you know, with brothers y'all age. Like I said, I'm excited to do this show, man. I'm honored to do this show for y'all brothers. I just hope y'all, you know, wish y'all the best of luck with y'all dogs in the future, man. And listen to what your daddy tell you, because he ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong when it comes to them dogs. And he already know, you know, he done seen it all before, you know. So listen to what he telling you when it comes to them dogs, man, and keep doing what y'all doing, because Rose look dang on good. You know, Rose look good. So, you know, you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? You're doing something right. And just don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to ask anybody questions. Because a dumb question is a question that you don't want to ask. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to ask no question, man. That's the person that's not gonna know nothing, the person that don't want to ask the question. That's gonna be the one that walk over there and now your dog's got worms, or your dog, something going on with your dogs because you ain't want to ask a question. When the person over there who they ain't mind asking, you know what I'm saying? Now they dog straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back, man. Them puppies, I'm trying to quiet them puppies up. I got you know, roll up out of here in a minute. They're gonna be making too much noise. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all brothers, man. I'm gonna get back up with y'all, man, probably about another few more weeks. And I better sit here and just you don't hear no background, no dogs in the background, no nothing. You know, we can just sit back and talk, and maybe we'll get more questions. I get questions for y'all, and y'all get some more questions for me, and we'll answer them back and forth again in about a few more weeks. So that'll be the homework for me and homework for y'all. Figure out what you want to ask me, and I'm gonna figure out what I want to ask y'all, and then we'll set it up for sometime in the next month or so. You know.
Okay. Well, we keep you updated.
Yes, sir. Like I said, man, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all my brothers and sisters down in the chat. I hope y'all enjoy these brothers. We got Mr. Fat Bird Kennels, Lamonte Kennels in the house, represent with PB K9s, dog talk and TV dog news. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Like I always tell brothers, you know, hit that like button up, hit that subscribe button up if you haven't subscribed to the channel. And remember, when you heard it first, man, PB K9s. And we out, my brothers.